Good morning. Today we are going to discuss a sonnet by William Shakespeare. Sonnet means 14-lined poem. In this poem, or in this sonnet rather, Shakespeare wishes to compare his best friend to a day in summer. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Shakespeare's sonnets do not have title. So the first line is considered as a title. This is also called sonnet number 18. So beginning is, shall I compare thee? Thee means you. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? When you listen to this first line, you will think that it's a very passionate poem. It's very passionate, sure, but it is not addressed to a female friend as we think. But actually, Shakespeare was addressing this poem to a male friend. So he says that, shall I compare thee to a summer's day? This line is very famous all over the world. Even romantic lovers, they used to quote these lines, shall I compare thee to a summer's day? And summer is, for us, for Indians for example, summer is very frightening and disgusting. But for Europeans, summer is always welcomed. Summer brings joys, summer brings surprises. More importantly, sunny days are there in summer. That's why Shakespeare compares his best friend to a day in summer. And next line he says, he again describes his friend, you are, thou art lovely and more temperate. And his friend is very lovely and very mild in character. Such a wonderful fellow is his friend. But in the third line we understand that Shakespeare in the beginning compared his friend to a beautiful day in summer. But later he thinks that summer, is it such a good season? Summer too has some shortcomings. I should not compare my friend to a summer because summer has some negative points. And he describes those negative points one by one. Let's say, rough winds. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May. Sometimes violent winds will come and destroy the plants when the tender plants in ground in the month of May. That means the summer has some negative points. I mean, it will come suddenly. It will destroy the tender plants. I mean, rough violent winds will come and destroy those things. And again, summer's lease means duration. Summer's lease has too short a date. Summer is not a very long season. I mean, this summer joys, summer season will not last long. It's a short season. So this will not remain for a long time. That is another minus point that Shakespeare found in summer. Next line is that sometimes too hot. Sometimes summer is too hot and the eye of heaven shines. Eye of heaven means sun. Sometimes sun is too bright and too brilliant, very scorching, and it's really intolerable. So summer too has some very discouraging features. And again, if you understand that, and often his gold complexion dimmed, and this brightness of sun will not last long. Sometimes the brightness will be covered by clouds. The gold complexion of sun will be covered by the sudden appearance of clouds. That means the summer is very fluctuating. The weather conditions fluctuating. I mean, there is no stable situation in summer. Therefore, summer is not very attractive as he described in the beginning. And now Shakespeare speaks about beauty in nature. I mean, every fair from fair sometimes declines by chance. Sometimes you lose your beauty by chance or by accident, but or by nature's changing course untrimmed. The beauty will be lost by chance or by the passage of time, which means the beauty that we have is temporary, ephemeral, or short-living. That will never stay with us for long. But thy summer shall not fade. Then he speaks about his friend. His friend has a summer with all the pleasant features, but that summer shall never be faded. So Shakespeare says that his friend will never lose a summer that has all the wonderful features of the summer that he wants to come. And here, and he says that now, and nor lose possession of that fair thou owest. And more importantly, his friend is possessing beauty now. But the beauty that he is possessing now shall never be lost. That beauty will stay longer, that will be stable, nothing will happen to his friend's charm. And nor shall death brag, thou wanderest in his shade. And we know that death is all powerful. If death wants to take our life, it's very easy. So death is very powerful because of its supreme power. Death is very boastful. I can take the life of anybody. So the death shall not brag. Brag means boastful, proud. So death can never touch my friend, or death cannot boast that I will take you today. No. So when we read this line, you and I will be surprised that Shakespeare says that his friend is immortal. I mean, death will fail before my friend. Death can do nothing with my friend. We feel that is his friend immortal? We are surprised by this statement that no death brag thou wonders in his shade. I mean, death can never boast that you are walking under my shade, or you are nothing before me. But he said that is not relevant with the case of my friend, because the Shakespeare has an answer for that. He said that my friend shall not die, because when in eternal lines to time thou growest. Because in this poem my friend lives. Because my friend is living in this line. He is growing. He is not dying. He is growing along with this sonnet. So Shakespeare confirms that his friend shall never die, because he is in this poem. The very purpose of this poem is for his friend. Then how can his friend die? Death will surely fail before his friend, because Shakespeare includes his friend in this poem. So when in eternal lines, he says it is eternal. Shakespeare believes that his poem or his sonnet is eternal and never ending. Therefore, how can his friend die? So we feel that Shakespeare was very confident that his literature, his poems will be read by people in the coming generations. And he says the sonnets do have 14 lines, and 12 lines we discuss it, and the last 2 lines are called concluding couplet. That means the substance and the essential meaning of the poem is summed up in these 2 lines. And he says, so long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee. So Shakespeare affirms that his sonnet will be read by people. If people are living on this planet, if they can breathe, if they can see, this will remain. So long as men can breathe, if people breathe, if people can see, I mean, so long lives this. This will live, this sonnet will live as long as people are alive on this planet. And this gives life to thee. And this poem, this sonnet will give life to my friend. I mean, as long as his poem is read by people all over the world, Shakespeare will be remembered, and also his friend too will be remembered. It's very obvious because it is now 400 years since Shakespeare lived. So now in this class we discuss Shakespeare and his friend. So his friend is immortal and Shakespeare too is immortal because death surely failed before his friend, also before Shakespeare. So this poem, Shall I Compare Thee to a Summer's Day, is a wonderful poem, and people all over the world remember this poem because it's very passionate and very simple and very lovely. And therefore, Shall I Compare Thee to a Summer's Day is a wonderful poem. I hope you enjoyed it, and you can read yourself and enjoy it later in your books. Thank you so much.